Okay, so let's now start on our selector test. So touch source, store, test, selector dot selectors dot spec dot ts. And then similarly, we're gonna import the store state from. Actually, do we need to do that? Yeah, it'll be fine. From / index. And let's just add a describe block really quick. And let's add some space. Describe. And this is going to be selector tests. And alright, here we go. So what's the first one that we want to look at? So as I mentioned, it's pretty meaningless to test these selectors as they just give us exactly what we want. We don't have any logic behind it, we just go inside the object. Instead, what we're going to do is test these selectors. So we have select total, select tip, and select per person. So let's start off with an easy test. So let's do should select correct tip. And we just do expect select tip. And let's make it so that it equals to 10, which is easy. We'll just do the bill of 100 and a percentage of 10, and then the split doesn't really matter, so we'll just add that. Conversely, you could have a default test object, so test state equals to we'll just do initial state, but we'll also make sure we'll store state so that we type it correctly. But since it's only 3, it's really meaningless because all you would do is just instead of doing that, you just do test state. Let's put it up at the top so that it looks pretty. You can do either or, but it doesn't really matter. And let's actually run our test runner to watch our test. So yarn test. And this should be perfectly fine. And while we're at it, we'll just add the total as well. Correct total. Come on, man. And let's steal this and change select tip to select total. And that should fail because we're passing in the wrong thing. So expected 10 and we got 110. And now it should pass. Alright, now we have these other ones down here, or not that. We're gonna expect a decimal value, and since this is application that has to deal with money, we're gonna expect it to round to the nearest 2 decimals. So let's add the test for that first. I did the math ahead of time, so yeah, I guess. So let's do select correct total with decimal. I accidentally deleted that paren, so let's scroll down and make some room. And this is the total selector. So okay, so select total, and we're gonna have it do test states where the bill is 89.99 and the percentage is gonna be 25%. and that will come out to be, where is it? 112.49 cents. But unfortunately, it's gonna give us a full number. So this is where we're gonna start fixing some bugs. We're gonna go into our selectors really quick, and instead of returning a number for all of these, I'm gonna take the easy route and change it to string so that we could just use a little utility function. So let's just do const this is total, and we're gonna return total fixed of 2. Now we have to change a couple things about our test because now it's returning strings instead of numbers, but that's fine. Come on. Const return, I need to give it a name, tip dot to fixed of 2 decimal places, and then finally the same thing here. So const per person return per person dot to fixed of 2. Now once we save, all of our tests are going to fail because all of them are expecting strings now instead of numbers. So all we have to do is just change all of these to strings. And oh, come on. And additionally, they're all gonna have 2 decimal places, so even the 0 amounts, which makes sense in terms of numbers, or in terms of currency. And now all of our tests should pass. And let's just make sure we do the same for tip and per person down here. So select and there we go. So we added the last 3 tests, all having to do with the decimal places, and our test passed. And then there's one more bug that I want to address. So right now, if you try to add a decimal, it's kind of weird. You would have to put it in the front after you insert a digit, and then because it's numberified, gets strange things like that. So you'll have to do this, and then also we're not protecting it from just any type of string. So if we just press like A, we get non-number. So I'm gonna just add a small bug fix to this, and this is inside of the tip input. And what we want to do is to guard the actual payload of being something correct. So I'm just gonna go an easy route, and I'm also gonna keep this as an inline function, and we're just gonna use the is not a number function of the number class prototype thing. I don't know. It's gonna be number dot is not a number, and then we're gonna have to pass in e dot target dot value, and then also add that so that it won't run if it is not a number. You'll also notice that there's a red squiggly because TypeScript knows that this is a string. So we're just gonna cast it to a number first, and that should save the bill value. So if we go in here, so I did something wrong. So this is checking that it has to be non-number for me to type anything. So if we go back in here and refresh, and let's try to type in an actual number, none of that works. So we have to negate this condition. Let's just give more space. And now things should work, because now we're expecting it to actually be a number. So we'll do 1, it works, and then if we try to press a string of any kind, nothing happens, which is good. And then finally, just to solve the little decimal problem, I'm gonna go with an easy way of just saying 2 fixed 2, so that we could add in 9 or 99 or whatever. Which is not the best solution, but it is a simple solution, and I think it's good enough for this tutorial series. And I'm also going to add this guard down here as well. So, oops, it's the wrong button. Yeah, there we go. And there you have it. That's the application. It's quite simple, but hopefully it helped you understand Redux and how to use it with React as well as TypeScript. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.